Right, we're all here. Let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you open up the YouTube app to watch something, you want to be entertained, or maybe you want to learn something, or maybe you want to cry, or maybe you want to laugh. In this video, I promise you all of those emotions and more. Thank you to the viewer who sent me this game by email. This individual has like 3 different names on that email. I don't know what the right name is, but thank you. You will know who you are. They are 300 rated on chess.com, and they sent me this game against a fellow 300 rated player. Now, our protagonist is playing this game with the black pieces, so we will follow the game. Usually we follow it on the white side. We're going to follow this game on the black side. Here we go. Both these players are 300. Let the fun begin. It's a 10-minute game. Knight to c3. Not a bad move, a bit non-standard. I mean, I think we're more used to seeing something going in the center like a pawn, but okay, I don't hate knight c3. It doesn't negate any of this stuff, and probably white was just trying to play the Van Geet opening. Here black responds with f5. I'm already not so like crazy about this position. You should probably play with the king's or the queen's pawn. Maybe black thought that if they put the d pawn here, it could get taken. Typical beginner mistake that's actually protected. And e5, maybe black just wanted to avoid the Vienna. Maybe black just wasn't very well prepared in the Vienna. So black played the move f5. Now this weakens the king, but okay, it still fights for the center. Now we are in the Raphael variation of the Dutch defense, as both players clearly knew about. Now that white lashes out d4, and we actually have a transposition back to the Dutch defense with 2 knights c3. Knight f6 is a very solid move, and here white develops the bishop. Now that is a suboptimal developing spot. You would rather develop it to f4, style of London, or bishop g5, and this is actually a mainline position of the Dutch defense, which I've played many times with black. Black responds with g6, great move, and bishop g7, fantastic. I mean, everything that just happened was excellent. White just really wanted all 4 pieces side by side. It's more of an aesthetic thing rather than a strategic one for the battleground standpoint. Now, you would think that everything black is doing is preparing a short castle, but here black decides, actually, no, I want to take dominant control of the center. Perfect. This is excellent. Black has already more than equalized this position, in my opinion. White plays long castle. That is a wonderful move. Now we actually see the entire justification of white's development scheme. Black plays the move knight c6. And now white realizes that their dark squared bishop is actually suboptimally placed and plays bishop to f4 anyway, which kind of draws me back to this position. You might as well just go bishop f4. You really should try to avoid putting bishops in the way of e and d pawns early on, because you're not going to have easy movement after that. But that's just for my beginners. Anyway, so far so good. No one's blundered a queen yet. We're like 10 moves into the game pretty soon, which is impressive. b6. This is a nice move, intending to develop the bishop, and black has essentially completely finished development. Clearly black is Italian, even though they have the Finnish flag. They're a fan of fianchetto, g7 and b7. Bishop e2. Now, of course black can play queen d7 and copy white, or castle short. Black immediately finds an opportunity to jump in and threaten the f2 pawn, which white promptly defends. Excellent vision there, and now we see the overextended nature of the knight. It can just be booted out with a move h3. Which is coming. Which is why it's actually better to jump your knight into the center of the board, particularly if you have it well defended. If you're defended with sufficient pawns, if the opponent takes, then they just walk directly into a fork. That's very common. So try to put your knights into a position where long-term they can survive. Whereas if you just jump out over to the side with a one-move threat like this, it can get protected, and then you will get booted out, which is exactly what happens. But the person playing with the black pieces is a Gotham viewer, which means that they have not just watched me say danger levels like 400,000 times, they've also probably listened to my music, and that rap is called Danger Levels. What's worth more than a knight? A queen. You might as well go and get it. Now, knight b4 has the right idea in their heart, but it's a terrible move. Why is it a terrible move? Because anytime you leave a piece hanging to go attack